Back to doki stuff, and we're gonna be continuing the matpats theory for this game and stuff. So let's get into it. Let's rewind it to jogging anyway. So
that would be unsettling enough on its own, but if there's one thing Scott Cawthon has trained me to do, is to run dark images through Photoshop and play around with sliders. If you crank up the exposure on that image all the way to max capacity, suddenly it becomes possible to read the full text, and man, it is weird. Irregular heartbeat, heart palpitations, arrhythmia. I search and search, eyes scanning everything I can find on their symptoms. What is this? Shortness of breath? Chest pain? Dizziness? No, this is all wrong. Alyssa's symptoms are nowhere near the symptoms. I've seen it twice now.
who's Alyssa?
Sickeningly pale skin, vomiting blood. There is no other explanation other than that Renier's information was a complete and utter lie. This can't all be coincidence.
Renier?
It's not possible. I don't know how much of this Renier is behind, but I do know this. There is something horribly wrong with this family, and I accepted the invitation to become a part of it. I can hear Alyssa's scream through the walls. Renier said he would be with her shortly. See in her room now. Why is she screaming louder than before? Chilling, right? This creepy letter is literally hidden right in front of your face while you play this game. What's it all mean? Well, those opening lines make it sound like someone who's trying to identify an illness. Regular heartbeat, heart palpitations, arrhythmia are all possible problems of the heart, so it's not so much this person is making a diagnosis, but rather it's someone trying to read the symptoms he's seeing and figure out what the diagnosis is. It's a clinical assessment, which means that the speaker is a doctor of some kind. And notice the words he uses, their symptoms. It's an illness affecting multiple people, a family, as we see later in the letter. A family that apparently you can join, almost like a cult. It's also worth noting that this doctor who's speaking has some degree of detachment from this girl, Alyssa, almost like she's a research subject of some kind, possibly part of a human experiment. And when you put all this together, a cult performing experiments on young girls, it starts sounding familiar. We hear about human experiments exactly 2 times in doki literature. Both times when Yuri describes the plot of The Portrait of Markov, the book that she wants to read with us. A book which has a, quote, ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. In the first act, Yuri makes it sound relatively innocent enough. Quote, basically it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister, but as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison, and while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. And in the second act, Yuri's personality gets a bit more unhinged, and she gives us a creepier description of what's actually going on these pages. Quote again, basically it's about this religious camp that's turned into a human experiment prison. All the people trapped there have this trait that turns them into killing machines that lust for blood. But the facility gets even worse.
I never understood that.
They start selectively treating people by cutting off their limbs and affixing them to, and then she cuts off. That's a lot of information for
a simple book.
A book, especially when you compare it to what we learn about Natsuki's favorite manga. And that's because what Yuri tells us about The Portrait of Markov isn't just a short stint of text meant to create the illusion of a bigger story. It is the bigger story here. It's the plot of the horror game that Team Salvato is working on. The game that all 4 of these characters originate from. And if you think I'm done, oh no, we have just scratched the surface. We can dig deeper to uncover more about this horror game, including its title and release date, as well as how these 4 girls fit to the overall story, because Team Salvato left a whole ARG's worth of content hidden in Doki Doki's game files. If you thought that the Literature Club was interesting before, simply because it had these cool meta moments and jump scares, well, get ready. There's a whole other game here, just resting underneath the surface, waiting to be puzzled together. That'll start to make you really question everything you thought you knew about Sayori, Natsuki, Monica, and especially Yuri. But it's all way too much to cover in this one video. So ring the bell to subscribe, help us get closer to the glorified paperweight, so that way you can know when later this week, yeah, it should be just a couple days, when part 2 comes out and things start to get really crazy. I am already excited for this new game, and I think once you see what I and a bunch of Reddit community members about it, you're gonna be really excited too. And in the meantime, remember, that's just a Monica. A Monica. Just Monica. Just Monica. Just Monica.
Okay, guys, that was part 1 of the series. But I'll make a part 2 of the very first one. So don't worry, I got you back.